Hello everyone, it's Keith Garden Tech Guy here in another video, and today I'm going to talk about the new HTC One X10. So let's go into the specs and features of this new phone. Introducing the One X10 by HTC, and this is the latest and newest member to HTC's One X phone family. So what you get on this device is a large 4000 mAh battery and a 16 megapixel like rear camera, and also, as HTC says, according to them, now you have even more time to do all important things, or not very important things, because you have a 4000 mAh battery, which can give you at least 2 days or over battery life, which is 1.3 times much longer work for a smartphone. So with almost 2 days of battery life, it's enough to listen to almost 1200 music tracks. HTC's calculations just taking note. And also, compared to previous generation HTC device, it provides 30% longer during operation without recharge. But battery operation depends on the network parameters, of course, and also provides average length of track to 3.5 minutes. Just letting you note on the fine writing on the bottom here. So yeah, those are just average calculations. But let's talk about the selfie camera and resolution. So it has advantages with a wide angle selfie camera with 8 megapixels and has an aperture of f2.2, which is pretty good for a selfie camera, and you can take wider photos and win some likes on Instagram for all those of you who like taking selfies. And for the low light shooter on the rear camera, you have 16 megapixels with an f2.0 aperture on the rear camera, and with face detection, autofocus, and HDR auto with low light sensors to take pictures in various low light conditions, and you can set the brightness and focal length of your pictures. And also for the design, it has a metal casing with metal bands, and also HTC says it can withstand accidental falls and it's scratch resistant, which is pretty cool, but we have to see what IP rating it has to verify that, or maybe it's just a metal body scratch resistant. And also you have a fingerprint sensor located on the rear just below the camera, and it detects the mark at almost any position on the finger. So it almost has like a 360-degree fingerprint sensor, but not as likely as 360. And with HTC's pre-installed Boost Plus, you can control your system and also how you optimize your phone's performance. And you can also use two SIMs with support for 4G, 3G, and 2G networks. And it's verified with a 5.5-inch display with immersive 3D durable diamond cuts on the design of it. So you can go ahead and buy one today, and the HTC One X10 is currently only announced in Russia, but we do not know when it will come to other markets, maybe a bit later, but I'll let you updated on where you can buy the device and so, and I'll leave a link in the description for you to buy the device for Russian markets and also for other markets when it comes out. So let's look into the full specs. Now for the dimensions, it has a weight of 175 grams, a thickness of 8.23 millimeters, a width of 75.6 millimeters, and a height of 152.9 millimeters. For the platform is Android Nougat with HTC Sense interface. For display, it's 5.5 inches with Full HD resolution, which is 1080 by 1920 pixels, with a screen pixel density of 401 ppi, which the display type is LCD, and it also has protective Corning Gorilla Glass. And configuration memory capacity for internal, you get 32 gigs of internal storage with 3 gigs of RAM, which is pretty okay for a mid-range device, with the usable memory out of the 32 gigs with 24.53 usable, because some of that 32 gigs have been used by pre-installed software. And you also have micro SD card support for up to 2 terabytes, so you got a whole lot more extra storage space to use. Connectivity uses Bluetooth 4.2, Wi-Fi with technology of 802.11a BGM with 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz. And for the front camera, it's 8 megapixels with pixel size with 1.2 fixed focus BSI sensors and f2.2 aperture, and also selfie timer up to 10 seconds, and also full HD for up to 30 frames per second on recording. So you can record in up to full HD on this camera, and there are many other features you can take advantage of in the camera. The main camera, however, has 60 megapixels, which I mentioned earlier, with pixel size of 1.0 same BSI sensor, but a aperture of focal aperture of 2.2 and a focal length of 26.0 and capture angle of 80 degrees. It also has face detection, autofocus, and also zoom and capture scenes with up to 120 degrees. For gestures and management, you have HC Connect, the movement of fingers with screen activated and in pocket mode. And for the format of SIM card, it uses an nano SIM type with dual standby, with both SIM slots supporting for up networks from 2G to up to 4G LTE. And navigation, you have built-in antenna with GPS and GLONASS. For sound technology, you have HTC Boom Song profile for headphones and 2 microphones with active noise reduction system. Multimedia playback from 3.3 MP4 all the way to WAV formats. Recording supports from 3GP and AC, and playback from 3GP, MP4, TS, and WEB and MKV, which is supported, and for recording 3PG and MP4. So these are the multimedia supports that you have. And for the CPU, it's powered by a MediaTek Helio P10 processor with an 8-core 64-bit type, which for those who don't know of the Helio P10, it's not one of the latest processors. It's actually been out for a good while now, but the Helio P10 is still good for good data processing management and for good speeds on mid-range devices. And for networks, you have support for 2G, GSM, UTMS 3G and LTE and 4G with FDD and TDD. You have sensors with light sensor, proximity sensor, accelerometer sensor, electronic compass, magnetic sensor, gyroscope, and of course a fingerprint sensor. And lastly, for battery capacity, it's 4000 mAh and opening hours of talk time on 3G networks to get 25.5 hours, opening hours on standby, 31 days with 3G, and power saving mode with maximum power saving mode, and support for fast charging with 5 volts and 2 amps technology. So that is what you get in terms of specifications of the HTC One X10. So that is it. Keep recording. Tech Guys sign up with the specs and features of the One X10. like, subscribe if you find these facts interesting, comment your thoughts below on what you think on this device, and I will see you in the next one.